Brian, I gotta go right into the deep end with you. I texted you a question yesterday. I want to talk a little bit about it. Why is it that the Avengers are celebrated in the Marvel Universe, but the X-Men are feared and hated by the very people they're trying to protect? This makes zero sense to me.
Well,
Help
it
me out,
does and
man.
it doesn't. It does and it doesn't. Okay,
Right.
so understand,
Because comics.
right? Well, because comics, really, whether talking the MCU as the cinematic universe or the comics, understand that the Avengers really are a part of Shield. Even when they're not officially a part of Shield, they are like the Justice League. They are the government sanctioned. They are the good guys. And also think about it, the Avengers have a you're in and you're out type deal versus with the X-Men, it's very much the ones that don't want to be registered, that maybe don't have the best control of their powers, they don't have the PR machine behind them. And lastly, let's remember, while in the world of Marvel, mutants are overarchingly feared, right? So the
Hmm.
Avengers have a mutant here or there as part of them, but they're not a team of mutants. And generally, you look at the who's led the Avengers. It's been Cap, it's been Iron Man, it's
Yeah.
been their version of Captain Marvel or Photon. So generally, is someone that is the safe leader, right? So you
God.
don't. So they've never been led by Wolverine. They're not led by even Professor X or much less Magneto, right? So
Mhm.
that's they kind of get the rubber stamp from it. But there's also some of my favorite comics when the Avengers start to run foul of the government, and even have they split them. They got the East Coast Avengers versus the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
I was more a West Coast Avengers cat as a kid growing up reading the books. But I was living on the East Coast. I was much more of a Wackos fan. Just
Mhm.
I like to call themselves the Wackos. That was kind of cool to me. But I think that's really what it is. It's all about marketing. It's all about who we put in there and who is in leadership. That's absolutely what it is when it comes about one's more okay and one's more feared.
So here you go, Marvel. This is a free pitch for you. New line. I don't know if this has ever been happened. You need a book called The Mutant Avengers, and it needs to be led by who would lead the Mutant Avengers? Someone that's a little bit of an Avenger, but a little bit of an X-Man, or who do you
Sure.
think so?
I would think looking at the current crop,
Summers?
I think Summers maybe, but that's that piece of it. I would almost pick someone like Jean Grey. If you
Mm.
went really young, what about Rogue? She's young, she's
Rogue would be a good
witty.
choice.
Uh,
Overpowered.
yeah, or even Rogue,
Yeah.
since you got the whole connection to Captain Marvel, aka Warbird, all those things that she might want to be this. And then, of course, if we really just want to set him up to be kind of the rogues of it, obviously the guy we're going to talk about here in a little bit, Gambit. I just think it'd be kind of cool to have Gambit, because has Gambit, other than maybe some things with the Marauders, has Gambit ever really led a team?
I mean, besides like the Thieves Guild, I mean, which we
Yeah,
I don't have has the
and
Thieves
that's not
Guild
really.
ever really been flushed out in Marvel?
No, no, it's one of those things
Yeah.
that exists, kind of like the Inhumans. Like
Hmm.
until we really need to know about the Inhumans, we don't know about the Inhumans. Same thing with the Morlocks. Until the
Yeah.
Morlocks are handy, they're just kind of out there, right? So
Agree.
that would be a great show, by the way, Marlon. If you're listening, and we know you are, what about a Morlocks TV show?
Oh,
That would be something
but
that'd be
it
great.
has to be X-Men 97-ish.
Yes,
Same,
yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
but
love
I
it.
would love to see that honestly live action, to see
Hmm.
Domino and Leech and that whole group as a live action version of that. But it
Yeah.
would kind of almost be, and they should do it almost as a Stranger Things type deal.
Oh,
Like
that'd be so
focus on
cool.
the younger members of the Morlocks, the ones that are learning their powers they can't pass as human. And then show them trying to kind of figure the world out. I just really want them to give me Leech, and I would do Leech as the same kid that plays Dustin in Stranger. That's why I want to be Stranger Things.
I
I
love
would
it.
want him to be Leech. I want him to be Leech. Okay.
I love it. All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. So, welcome to Bat Signals from the Multiverse. This is the Signal Scan, the weekly show where we break down everything that's been lighting up the bat signal across the multiverse, from comics to movies, TV to gaming, and even a little or a lot of wrestling. If nerds are talking about it, we're scanning for it. I am the B-Rad himself. That's right. Let's see what we pick up this week. And as always, I couldn't do any episode without my tag team partner, the Timu version of Carl Weathers. That's right.
Yes,
The
but not
Wish
Sheen version.
dot
Long as it's not the Sheen version. Long as it's not the Sheen version. That's I can do with
the
Timu. Okay.
the Wish.com version of
Wow,
Batista.
that's a callback. That's a callback. Okay.
The only man who looks like he could bench press Batman and then ask Alfred for a sandwich.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's right. Joining me tonight is the one, the only, the somehow looks like the unverified love child of Tony Todd and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Brian S.
What's going on?
Dennis. What is going on? What does the S stand for today, by the way?
Rubbing my hands like Birdman. The S stands for blockbusters because that's what we're going to talk a bit about, or at least the best so far. So we're going to talk about that. And as always, tag team partner, thank you for bringing us for what's going to be the best part of our week, my friend.
Absolutely. We are the reigning podcast tag team champions of the multiverse.
World. Of the
That's
multiverse.
right. Of the world. That's right. Of the multiverse.
Now that Jesse James is outside of a job, he got fired by the WWE. Maybe we can have BG James come on and do our intro.
There we go.
New Age Outlaws. Okay.
I love it. All right. Let's go ahead and fire up the signal scan. Brian, what are we talking about today? Let's start with some TV signals. I think that's going to have the most to talk about.
Yep.
What do we got?
All right, so obviously X-Men 97, I'm going to put a pin and come back to X-Men 97. Continues to be a really, really good show. We got actually the introduction of Danger, which I love the fact that do all these great comic callbacks. And while X-Men 97 does something that's really hard, as much as it is a season and you need to watch it from front to beginning, you also can watch each episode almost like a one-shot. And they do enough that they connect to the other episodes, but but they also feature very much one particular thing within the X-Men universe, which they expand upon. So we've seen X-Force and X-Factor. Now we've got X-Core, the origin story of Apocalypse, and then of course we got Danger, and we have the return of someone that I cannot wait to see happen. Also, Brad, I don't know if you saw, but King of the Hill season 15, so the continuation King of the Hill dropped this week. If you've not watched it, great show. Great season. They've done both King of the Hill and Scrubs. Did something that's really hard to do, which the shows end well. Scrubs, not so much, but King of the Hill, I think, ended really, really well. Scrubs, they had that weird thing where everybody was gone, but they kind of called the show Scrubs. Then they come back after a few years, and they don't miss a beat. So X-Men 97, Scrubs, and King of the Hill have all had revivals of the show and have made the shows, have kept the same momentum, if not made them better. And then, Bradley, have you seen Stewart Fails to Save the Universe, the Big Bang Theory spinoff?
I have not. I was going to ask you about it. I don't know what my hesitation is, but there is one there.
So take this for what you will. I don't know if this is I think it's been a positive how the show turned out. It's only been one episode. It is connected to the Big Bang in name only. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the Big Bang. You see a few characters, including folks that weren't announced. But I love that the entire show is breaking the fourth wall. The entirety of the show. Its opening credits literally say, don't skip the opening credits.
That's amazing. Okay.
It goes,
that sells me right there.
Within the opening credits, it goes, please watch these every week. We'll try and make them better. Just little things like that. So if you ever watch the original series, at the end of every episode, when they have the closing credits, it would be a really quick shot of just all this text that if you ever pause it, or you can go online and read them, where some of the funniest things they would just put at the end of the episode, like in the closing credits, that leaves a lot of this stuff. And again, one episode in, it completely expands upon those secondary characters. You have Stewart, obviously Stewart Fails to Save the Universe is the title, and you have the geology cat played by Brian Posehn, who I can't think of his name right now,
Mhm.
as well as some other characters. And I won't spoil it for you. You do have some occasional visits by folks from the main cast, so it is worth a watch. At least episode one, and then
Sweet.
I continue to watch American Ninja Warrior. Just again, while you talk about Big Brother is your reality
Yeah.
show, guilty pleasure for me, it's American Ninja Warrior. So those are gonna be my shows of the week.
I love that. Yeah, dude, I am a huge fan of Big Brother. However, I kind of fell a little bit off this week. I was really busy with stuff.
Sure,
Um,
same.
just getting everything ready and whatnot, but for all of the things that are coming up. But the only other thing I'm going to add to that is Unreal. The new season of Unreal drops, and
Yes, yes.
I'm only 2 episodes in, so I don't know.
Okay.
Which is it's just fantastic.
Yep.
We know what it is, but I think for me, my TV signal of the week would absolutely be X-Men 97.
Yes.
Dude, the last
Yes.
5 seconds had me
Yes.
pretty much
Yes.
waking up the house.
Yes. Yes.
So, man,
Yes.
let's spoil it. Let's spoil it. So, spoiler alert, you're gonna get spoiled a little bit. Brian, do me the favor of spoiling
Sure. All
this.
right. Absolutely. So, again, almost similar to what they did in Marvel Zombies, the MCAU, the Marvel Comics animated universe, does a lot of callbacks to previous episodes and things that occurred. So, it did a great job with the end of the most recent episode. I believe it was episode 697. I think it's actually called Danger. Is number one, we get the origin story of the character Danger without spoiler alerts. Check that out. But this is the spoiler alert. At the end of it, we see Apocalypse. And one of the things that Apocalypse is known for is having his horsemen of the apocalypse, his 4 acolytes that serve him. And they've
Mhm.
had a variety of characters that have been acolytes. So Magneto has been a horseman.
Yeah.
Angel, which I think of all of them, Angel is as Death, then later Archangel, is my favorite
Mhm.
of the X-Men or mutants who become horsemen of apocalypse. And then we have this body, and they do a good job of who is it, because this show has done a great job of having people die or come up missing. So all you see is a body, and
Mhm.
my head initially went to Magneto, that maybe Magneto's not
Same.
really gone. And then we see just decks of playing cards flying in and surrounding. The minute you see the decks of playing cards, if you know X-Men, you know
You know.
who this is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we see, almost with an evil smirk, we see the
Yeah.
return in some way, shape, or form of our boy Remy LeBeau, aka
The
the
Gambit.
Gambit. Yes, sir.
Oh, dude. So I mean, Magneto's absolutely going to be another horseman.
Right. Right.
He
Absolutely.
has to. Has
Absolutely.
to.
And this was most like, you know, we're already in episode 6. We probably will be, I'm assuming, a third season will
Yeah.
be focused on the horsemen. We are in, and that is great. But also, as you and I were talking right before we hopped on, this has been a good week for Gambit as a whole. You've
Mhm.
got some old school Gambit comics I'm sure you'll talk about. We had the Gambit sighting in the end of X-Men 97. And if you, and this is going to be my movie of the week, even though it's not a full movie, the
Yeah.
trailer for for Avengers Doomsday, when we
Mhm.
got to see Channing Tatum, also is that. And how cool was that moment when you see, if you've not seen the trailer, folks, watch the actual full on
Yeah.
theatrical trailer where Thor throws the axe, and all Doctor Doom does is put up 2 fingers and the axe stops. Also, in that, while we have the sighting of Gambit, we also have the sighting of another. So these are the sightings of the trailer. Even if you don't unpack it, we get to see our boy Patrick Stewart
Mhm.
as Professor X. We get to see Ian McClellan as Magneto. We get to see the X-Men in Wakanda. We get to see Channing Tatum dropping in his Gambit, and we get to see the return of old school Steve Rogers. However, he's not elderly.
Yeah.
He's not elderly. So obviously, a lot of things online are, is it Steve? Is it a scroll? Who is this? Is it not even Steve? As we all know that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom. So if this Steve Rogers, not Captain America, there's all the room. Is it someone a little
Mm.
social with Hydra? All the different personas that he's had, but we do get Christopher Evans, at least young Christopher Evans or youngish Christopher Evans, in the movie in some way, shape, or form. So, but the fact that they gave us Gambit in the trailer, gave us Gambit at the end of X-Men '97, and you scored some great comics featuring Gambit, I got to say this week's got to go to Gambit, my friend.
100%, man. My comic book signal of the week is Gambit #1,
Yes, sir.
Wanted. I don't want to spoil this because it's pretty cool. Like you read it in the New Orleans accent there.
Yes,
It's a lot of
yes,
internal Gambit
yes,
where
yes.
he's forced to work for the Thieves Guild, gets into some trouble. There's some cool stuff in there. Check it out. I am a very, very huge comic book fan. I make a weekly trip to the comic book store. So make sure you do that. So that's my comic book signal of the week. Brian, do you agree with that, or you want to go
I
something else?
I agree with that. I don't have an alternative because I can't think of anything that trumps what you just mentioned. And by the way, if you can get addicted to anything, buying comics is probably one of the healthier addictions you can have as an adult or a kid. So hey,
Absolutely.
splurge on some comics out there.
And then, okay, so this came out because San Diego Comic Con's going on right now. So one last thing I want to bring up real quick about
Yes,
the
sir.
comic before we dig in a little bit deeper to the Doomsday trailer and some Spider-Man talk because the movies suck this week. Yeah. So,
Whatever's good has been out.
well,
Whatever's good has
right.
been out. Right?
And
Yeah.
who wants to come out the week before Spider-Man?
Right. And
Fair
Spider
enough.
Man's
Fair enough.
probably gonna rule for a hot minute, and then people are
Yeah.
preparing for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what do you think of the new Lantern Corps? What they're going to do moving forward? So they're reinventing the core,
Okay.
where the core is going to be made up of multiple lanterns,
Okay.
red, all the emotional
All the
spectrum.
spectrum. Okay.
Which I personally love this. The fact that it hasn't been done yet
Sure.
is insane. I'm very much looking forward to it. I will probably start picking them all up again. I think it's gonna be so cool to see the all of them working
Sure.
together, making
Sure.
all the
Sure.
emotions working
Sure.
together, and
Sure.
see what kind of stuff comes up, man. I'm so stoked for that.
While I'm hyped to see them all intermix, I guess coming to the other side of this, I want to see them not working together. I want to see them not getting along. My head goes to the most recent thing this will be akin to will be Harry Potter and the four houses of Harry Potter. So
Yeah,
you are in Slytherin based on your personality versus Gryffindor versus Hufflepuff versus Ravenclaw. So you are a Green Lantern versus a Purple Lantern versus a Yellow Lantern versus a Red Lantern versus all the color versus a White Lantern and a Black Lantern, which would be the extremes. But there's aspects of this that they should not get along. So that's what I want to see. Like I don't want it to be the entirety of the comic or the infight between the lanterns, but I also want that to be a plot point.
hmm,
Is the Guardians trying to keep the big because people are drawn to the spectrum based on their various personality types.
yeah,
Many of these personality types would not necessarily get along. So that's what
right.
I want to see. A Green Lantern and a Star Sapphire would not get along.
Hmm.
Would not get along. And there's history there. Like when your boo is mad and she becomes a Star Sapphire and wants like the Star Sapphire and
That's
she's
right.
coming for you, homie. I that's what I want to see. Also, I old school enough to remember when the Star Sapphires didn't get a ring. It was like a belly button piercing. I was like,
Yeah,
do that, let's do that again. All right.
yeah.
There's
Tell me you came
aspects
from
of
the
that.
'90s without telling me you came from
Yeah,
the
the
'90s.
'90s, right? And
Star
or
Sapphire's belly
yeah,
button power ring.
yeah. Or the Yellow Lanterns is actually a tramp stamp. Like, all right,
Yeah,
like here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. But again, excited to see them intermix because you're right. This is kind of a long time coming as far as
yeah.
how we approach this. But I want to see them give us all the texture
Hmm.
of them working together, but not working together. How we kind of they're smashed together due to the Guardians, but they're also arguing who's the Guardians' favorites, right? So we know the Green Lanterns most likely are going to be depicted as the Guardians' favorites. So the others feeling some kind of way about that, I think would be great. So I am looking forward to it. But like I said, I want a little bit of drama in
Yeah.
my lanterns. I want a little
Oh,
bit
I
of
think there'll be
drama
plenty of drama.
in my
I think Green
lanterns.
Lantern. I think the lanterns are going to be pretty high and tight for a while with the new show
Yeah,
coming out. Which the show looks
absolutely.
fantastic, but also the only way they can do it is the Guardians are going to have to be different colors. The Guardians are going to have to
Yes,
be
that's a good
different
point.
emotions.
That's an
So
amazing point.
yeah,
That's
so
an
I love it,
amazing
man.
point.
All right, let's move on to the movie Signal. Like we were talking about, there's really nothing out there. Motor City came out, the new movie with Alan Rickman.
Sure.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I did go see Hades Town with my wife. It's a movie of the Broadway play, so you know it is what it is. Which will probably be number one for the best of this week.
Okay.
However, but we're getting ready for Spider-Man, so I wanted to take a minute or two to let's talk about Spider. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think are going to be the end post credit scenes?
Well, I think they're going to give us something to do with obviously Avengers
Doomsday.
Doomsday. I mean, that's obvious. So I think what we're going to have happen here is we already know that Banner is in as both Mark Ruffalo is both in as Bruce Banner and as the Hulk.
Yeah.
So what I would like to see is drawing us something more with some of that Hulk canon. So give us the leader, give us the abomination, give us something more in that framework. This would be a great place, honestly, which I doubt they'll do because I'm not sure where the rights live. But this would be a great place that they could do it to enter in a little bit of Venom. I think that would be great if you could give us some level of a symbiote in this field again that gets into some of the things. Now Sony may still have the
Mm-hmm.
right to, even though we had Carnage I'm sorry, Venom the Last Dance, so maybe that's over with. That gets out the legalese of this. If I'm just fan casting it, I think I would love to see us go by way of giving us something more in that banner field, or giving us something more in that symbiote field. The last thing I think about would be one thing that Marvel, and I know it's hit and miss, but Marvel has gone more and more of trying to connect shows with movies. So, matter of fact, so much of this is meant to be a street level show.
Yeah.
Do we get something that reconnects with again those other street level New York heroes? Like, do we get a Luke Cage sighting? Do we get an Iron Fist sighting? How about this? Talk about teenager and teenager. Do we get Miss Marvel? Do we get Miss Marvel
That'd be
and
cool.
yeah, and her fangirl? Because remember, Miss Marvel's kind of the female version of
Yeah.
Peter Parker for a new generation. So that could really make sense as well. As do we get this? And the last one is, do we get anyone from Peter Parker's personal life? Like, I really feel at some point we're gonna get the redhead MJ. I think the MJ played by Zendaya, who coincidentally is actually married to Tom Holland now. I think they're gonna maybe put a bit of a pin in their relationship as a couple, because again, remember, she is not Mary Jane. I don't even remember her character's name, but she is not Mary Jane
Mm-hmm.
Watson. While she goes by MJ, she is not Mary Jane Watson. And the redhead from Stranger Things has been released. They've purposely not said the role she plays unless I've missed something.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they cast a redheaded actress who's about Tom Holland's age.
I mean,
She's got to
she's
be.
gonna be Jean Grey.
You think she's gonna be Jean Grey? I think she's gonna be Mary Jane Watson.
So I have a thought. Okay, so I'm gonna suppose.
Yeah,
So
then give
let
me
me
your
let me tell
side.
you
Give
what
me
I
your side
think
of
here.
this.
Here are
Okay.
my thoughts on what is. Now this is total 100% speculation.
Yep.
I
Yep.
haven't seen it. Neither one of us has seen it. We're
Yep.
recording this July 26th right now at 7:07. If you want to timestamp it.
Yep. Yep. 7:07
Okay.
p.m. If you really want to be
PM.
particular.
Right,
Yes,
right, right.
absolutely.
So because in the trailer they keep talking about how it's not me, right? It's
Yeah.
not me. Somebody's in my head.
Fair.
And so that leads
Fair.
me to believe that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey from
Okay.
a different world trying to
Okay.
stop her world from the incursion, trying to save her world.
That could happen.
Okay.
The other
And
thing with it is we
furthermore,
also talk about the evolution, right?
yeah.
And we look in the X-Men world, the character with has the most evolution would be Jean Grey. Just if they bring us Jean Grey, I want you to finish your thought. Give us Jean Grey, aka Marvel Girl. Don't start us off with the Phoenix. We need time to heal.
Yes, no, we
You
we don't. If you're gonna do Phoenix, you do it the right way. You like it.
correct.
It needs to be several movies. It needs to be its own trilogy.
It needs time to build. Absolutely.
Right,
Please go
right.
ahead, sir.
So with that being said, now there is a symbiote in the MCU
Yeah.
from the post credit scene that Tom Hardy left when he blipped
Yes.
in and when him
Yes.
blipped off
Yes.
the little
Yes.
bit of. So I think that at the end of this movie,
Okay.
Peter Parker's gonna die.
Meaning the
And
Tom Holland
MJ,
Peter,
or
or
he's
do you
going to
think we
be
get another
near
one?
death.
Okay.
MJ or Zendaya is going to finally remember him.
Okay.
And that's when he's going to be infected by
The
the
symbiote.
symbiote.
Okay. Okay.
And then we're going to get a post credit scene in Doomsday showing Peter Parker's alive. And then we can see the full symbiote suited Spider Man in
Sure.
Avengers Secret Wars.
I like that.
But I also think,
Also, yeah, go ahead.
oh,
I'll go
I
first.
think that we're going to get a post credit scene of Miles Morales in this.
That that would be who do you okay, fan casting. Who would you cast if there's someone out here that you would cast as Miles Morales?
The guy that they just cast as T'Challa the Third.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yes.
So how about this? Give us the guy since we pull up Ted Lasso. Give us Danny Rojas. Give us
Oh
Danny.
yeah.
But you know how I was thinking would make a good now. He's a little
A
older, so I don't
little
think it
old,
will
yeah.
work. But it would be because to me he was like the really one of the few highlights of the Ironheart show. The guy that played the Hood, the guy that played the Hood,
Mm-hmm.
he's also in Transformers, Beast Wars.
Yeah.
He's in Hamilton. Those
But if
things.
they do Midnight Suns, they're gonna need him.
Yeah, yeah.
And they
I just
just
feel like
announced Ghost Rider, so I mean, like,
yeah,
there's
yes,
Midnight Suns is probably gonna happen.
yes. Which
It's
we
got
we
to.
were
It
waiting.
needs to.
Just do it right. Just do it right. Do you think in Midnight Suns do we get both versions of Blade? Do we get Wesley and New Blade as well, or do we only
Mm,
get? And I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on the actor's name. Uh,
Marshala
yeah,
Ali
Marshall
or
Ali. Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Do you think we get Ali and Wesley, or only Marshall Ali?
Oh man, I think I honestly I think we're gonna I don't think we're gonna get him anymore. I mean, is he
He
still
he's in,
attached to the
he's in
character?
he's in interviews has said both things, that he was glad he got to portray the character and gave Ryan Reynolds his flowers because he advocated for Ryan Reynolds to be in Blade Trinity. That movie was what it was,
Right.
but he advocated to get Ryan Reynolds, who at that point been known only as a comedic or romantic actor, nothing in action films. And so when Ryan had the chance to bring him in for Deadpool and Wolverine, he did that, and I think it gave Wesley a proper send off.
Mm-hmm.
But in a Marvel multiverse world, is there space to have both versions of Blade?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, because at some point we're going to get different versions, and I wish no ill will in people's health.
Yeah.
At some point, we're going to get different versions of Magneto / Professor X, or we're going to have an MCU without those two characters because both of them are in their 80s.
Yeah.
Both of them are in their 80s. So at some point, you're going to either recast, which the MCU allows for, the multiverse allows for, or you just continue on. And it's not their fault. It's been 26 years
Mm-hmm.
since the first X-Men movie, but 26 years is a long amount of time. And not everybody is Hugh Jackman. That looks better 26 years
Or
later.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, or Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Or Paul Rudd. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. All right, my
Oh
friend.
man. Well done. I
Now I
think it's
do want Miles Morales. Since you brought it up, now I'm rooting for Miles Morales.
nice. All right, man. I think that's a good movie signal for the day. I think it's
All
time
right.
to go into. Let's talk a little bit of wrestling. Let's do our WWE signal. Check it out.
Gotcha. So, sir, do you want to wrestle?
Absolutely.
All right. So we're gonna take a week off the podcast. We won't record next week. And the reason we're not recording next week is that next weekend, as we're recording, is going to be August 1st and 2nd, which is going to feature the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, which is the second largest WWE premium live event of the year, second only to WrestleMania. With that being said, Bradley, and we can go kind of quick,
Yeah.
but I want to go through the match card regarding, remember, as we do these, we do head and hard picks, and then we can next time we record, we can see how we did. So I
Yeah.
have the card as of what the WWE posted today. There's still both a Raw and a SmackDown between as we're recording and actually next weekend. So there's maybe an incomplete card, but right now I believe there are 12 matches. So over 2 nights, 12 matches could make sense.
Yeah.
But let's see where you're at here. So I'm going to go how it listed on the W's website in their particular order. So first off, we have for the WWE Women's World Championship, we have Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Who is your head pick versus who you think will win, and your heart pick
Livinio.
who you want to win? Yeah, if Liv and
Um.
Io, who's your head
Okay.
pick?
I think. You know what? My head and heart are going to agree with Liv Morgan on this.
Okay,
I think I'm going to go with Liv. I know there's a huge push behind EO, but
yes,
I think that the WWE doesn't want to give up on the Judgment Day yet.
true.
And I think that like a win right now for Liv would probably be good. It's not a title defense, right? It's not a title, right?
It is, it's a title match. It
Oh,
is
is
a
it?
title
Okay,
match.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I
this
don't
is
think
her
Liv's going to
actually
drop the title.
cashing in her Queen of the Ring victory, unlike how they did with Obafemi. But we'll talk more about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you've got head pick Liv Morgan retaining and heart pick Liv Morgan retaining.
Yes.
For me, I have in my head pick Io Sky versus, because I think what they really probably want to do is further some additional fracture between the women in the Judgment Day. So Io losing, sorry, with Liv losing to Io. But I also think there's space for Liv retaining because we've not seen Stephanie McCurr since WrestleMania, and there is some space maybe for, I think, Stephanie McCurr returning. I'm not sure what her injury status is, but Stephanie McCurr returning to challenge either Io or Liv. Io's the babyface, as is Stephanie McCurr. So you have more of that heel versus babyface traditional dynamic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say in my head, Io wins. Also, they've never had since they started the new way of doing this that the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring every year, and this is going into year 3, so we don't have a lot of history here, but every year, whoever has won those tournaments, both the King and Queen of the Ring of those tournaments have won the championship they've challenged for. So
Interesting.
we'll see how that works. So, all right, next up is, and I'm gonna have more to say about this match, but we have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell in Minneapolis. While they've not said it, my guess is this is most likely Brock's last match, at least for a
Yeah.
while. So, what are your thoughts? Head and heart, Oba versus Brock.
You know, I think my head and heart mean the same place. Uh, for the most part. Excuse me. Um, I mean, head. Well, we'll just go the heart first. Heart first. I really, my heart is wants Brock Lesnar to win.
Okay.
My head is gonna say I think Oba's gonna win.
Okay.
They're already making him out to be the the next monster, the
Yes.
next Brock Lesnar.
Yes. Yes. The
Brock
next Brock,
Lesnar
the
does
next
not need
Goldberg,
to
so
win
much.
this
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
However, it's in his hometown.
It is in his hometown.
And so for that, if and he already tried to retire and
Sure.
he got pulled back for contractual whatever. Something
Sure.
happened behind the scenes, and they're like, you know what? Oh, just kidding. You're really not done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my thoughts
Yeah.
anyway. So I think he wants to be done. I think the deal was made. You know what? Hey, I'll go out and I'll go on SummerSlam. It's my
Sure.
hometown. I'm gonna
Sure.
go out on top. So
Sure.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
For, yeah.
My heart is gonna go to Brock. My head's gonna go to Oba.
Okay. I have Oba in both head and heart pick for another reason than this. If Brock goes over, for all the reasons you said, it's in his hometown. Let's assume that whether Brock is retired or not, or he just returns to his typical part-time status, this is most likely the last time we see Brock Lesnar for a while. Okay, I would say if he's not fully done, we don't see Brock until the Royal Rumble minimally. Oba is going to be there every single week. Oba is extremely over with the fans, and this would be honestly a completely wasted opportunity by having him lose 2 out of 3 matches to a guy that doesn't need the wins. I also think they fumbled. He's still incredibly over. It shows you the talent that Oba has.
Yeah.
But they really fumbled this with the King of the Ring tournament, unless, and this is why I'm going to take us on a quick side quest, unless this happens. Triple H, since he's been in control, as well as for the big shows, he does many times throw a little bit of a wrinkle. So I am assuming that on night one of SummerSlam, we're gonna have, because they've not said, unless they've done it recently, they've not said which matches are on which night. I'm assuming that'll come this week. Let's assume that Oba and Brock is on night one, which I think it will be, and let's assume that Roman versus I forgot who Roman shouted. Roman versus Seth is also night one. After Oba, let's say Oba wins Hell in a Cell, and let's say Oba wins the first match. Okay, now I'm going to jump ahead here a little bit. Then let's say Roman versus Seth is the main event of night one, and that's the last match. Think about this: the match is over. Whoever wins wins. We'll talk about that in a minute. But whoever is the champion is holding the belt up, and then we see the lights dim, and Oba comes out and points out that he is still the king of the ring. He is still owed a title match, and he challenges whoever's the undisputed champ. I'm sorry, the world champion to a match the next night on SummerSlam. I could see that. I could see that because
I
him
like
not
it.
cashing in is met so it's been so poorly received. It makes it
Yeah, agree.
that's been the one hole in his armor has been that. So we'll see if I'm totally fan casting, but I'm calling it here on July 26th at 7:20 p.m. Central Time. That Oba is going to beat Brock, and then Oba closes out night one by saying he'll challenge whoever is the world champion on night two. Okay. Next up is after that match, Roman versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who do you have? Seth versus Roman.
Roman's gonna win.
Head pick or heart
Head
pick?
and heart.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Seth. Just
All right.
yeah,
I think Roman wins head and heart, primarily because they made it such a big deal that Roman's never beaten Seth in the big matches. Typically, when they talk about that statistic, perfect example when Sami Zayn was over in the Middle East challenging, they kept mentioning that it was Sami Zayn's 10th attempt at winning WWE World Championship level gold. And of course, that's when he cashed it in and when he won. So the fact they brought this up multiple times, I'm thinking Roman wins. And then also, if Roman really is to be done at the end of the summer, some way, shape, or form, they're going to want to get the belt off of him. I don't think they get the belt off him by being Seth. I think they get the belt off of him by being Oba. They very well may want to save Oba and
yeah,
Roman for WrestleMania, but he is so hot right now. I personally would do it right now. Okay.
yeah.
Intercontinental Championship. So, a guy that you used to be really sour on, but you've come over a bit, which is Penta defending. So before we go any further, I want to point this out.
Yeah.
You hated Penta, and I
Hated.
told you give him
Well, yeah,
time.
we can go back further than this too.
Yeah, yeah.
Gunther.
I was getting ready to go that also. You
Do it.
hated Gunther. Give
Yeah.
him time. And later on, when I point this out, you really don't like Trick Toilet Paper Williams.
Yeah.
Give him time. So,
Yeah.
Penta versus Chad Gable, they've come full circle with these two, with the Lucha Libre thing and all the things. Who do you have again? Also in his hometown, Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Who do you see winning? Penta retaining or Chad Gable becoming Intercontinental Champion?
So the real winner of this match is
Okay.
us, the people watching it.
Yes, it's going to be a really. It could very well steal the show.
Yeah.
Whichever night it happens, this could honestly be the best match.
Probably. And yes, I am man enough to admit that
Got you there, brother.
that Penta is so much better. And I think for a lot of it for me is seeing what he does outside of the ring that
Yes.
makes me like
Yes.
like him more in the ring, right?
Yep.
So and you know what? Give me a year, maybe I'll come around on toilet paper.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now,
Well, you were a trick guy until that WrestleMania
I
entrance,
was.
which again, and I keep saying, I'm saying it every time. The wrestlers, honestly, for those really big entries they like to do for WrestleMania, and I'm thinking they may do something a little less than, but still also big interests for SummerSlam. So much of that is creative and less them. So I don't want to hang him out to dry for something that may not have been his idea or something that was really good in concept and in execution, because I agree with you. When you start from the sky cam, the drone, whatever they did, the
Yeah,
high angle, it did. It looked like he had a clinger of toilet paper going behind him down this very long reps. I feel where
yeah.
you're coming from, but I just personally like Trick Williams, or as he not calls himself on occasion, Trick James. Yeah, I'd feel that. But who do you got? Penta versus Trick.
I'm gonna go head and heart is gonna be Chad
Oh, I'm
Gable
sorry. We're
on
still on
this.
Chad and Penta. My
Yep,
bad. So Chad
yep.
versus
Chad
Penta.
Chad Gable is my head and heart, but I think
Okay.
it's gonna end with mutual respect.
I
I
I agree as well.
Yeah,
I also
I think
yep,
that they are gonna work together pretty well moving
yep,
forward.
yep.
I think Penta's gonna be in the main title
Yes.
race after this.
Absolutely. So head, I completely think it's Chad. They've told the story, the redemption
Yeah.
story. They've completely given the El Grande Americano gimmick over to Ludwig Kaiser, who really is a Triple A superstar at this moment. Chad's in his hometown. It's his hometown. He's never won a singles title. And from NXT to the main roster, he's never held a singles champion, multiple time tag champ, but never held a singles title. Penta's been the Intercontinental Champion for quite a while now. It's probably time to do a change. But I will say, while my head pick is Chad Gable, my heart pick is Penta retaining for only this reason. I totally get why they went with Chad, and I think it's a fine choice. I'm going to be perfectly fine if Chad wins, and I think he's going to win. My heart pick was I was hoping when they did that match to see who challenged Penta, I was hoping it would be either Javon Evans or Dominic Mysterio, because I just would like to see one of the. If someone's going to unseat Penta, I want to be either Javon Evans, who I'm so high on,
Oh,
or
dude.
Rey Mysterio. But Chad is a great choice as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So now we get to Cody versus CM Punk, the match that everybody can see coming from Saudi Arabia forward. So Punk versus Cody, head versus heart. How you see this one going?
Let's see here, man. My head is thinking that Cody's gonna win,
Okay.
but man, dude, like I really, really love CM Punk. CM
Yeah.
Punk is just, man. I think I'm always going to be rooting
He
for
got
CM
so
Punk.
jacked on his 3 months off. He got
Dude,
so
he
jacked.
did. He looked so good.
Yes.
Man, and like watching Unreal
Yes.
as well, and like the things
Yeah.
that he says. I mean, like it's like weird, like looking at some of these superstars, like when they're not their character.
Right.
You know,
When he's
like
filth. When
Braun
he's
Breaker,
filth.
man.
Yep.
Like after watching this, Unreal Braun Breaker should be the only person in the WWE allowed to do the spear,
Gotcha. Yes.
hands down.
Yes.
But yeah, dude. I mean, like, I'm just the way that he talks, and he's so grateful now, and I'm like,
Yep. Yep.
gosh, just can't believe it. So my heart pick is CM Punk because I
Okay.
want him to be the best. He is the best in the world.
He
Keep it
is.
up. But I don't, man. Like I'm starting to lose more on Cody.
Yeah. And for
I
that
like
very
him a lot,
reason,
but like
yep.
he's still one of the greats right
Yeah.
now. But
For
there's
that
so
very
many more
reason,
people.
for that very reason is why Cody is both I'm sorry, for that reason why CM Punk is my head and heart pick. For one reason is we don't want the fans to get sick of him.
Yeah.
He's been a champion 3 times. So from WrestleMania 40 to WrestleMania 42, he's had 3 world title reigns. He's been three, and a time that we're seeing longer championship reign. In the Attitude Era, we see people hold a title for sometimes a couple weeks. They've done, and I don't like short title reigns. I think, especially for a world champion, I want my world champion to be champion for the most part 6 to 8 months minimally.
Mhm.
I dislike if we have more than 1, 2 at the most world title changes in a calendar in a 12-month period of time. It doesn't always have to be at WrestleMania, but I really don't like when you have, and also this we got those bloated statistics where Cena's won 17 titles and Randy Orton's won 14 and Triple H's won I'm sorry, Orton's won, yeah, Triple H and Randy won 14, Ed I think won 12. When you look at The Rock won 4 in 7 years, Austin I think was maybe 5. Taker was like 4 or 5. Brock's been 10. The amount of double-digit world champions that we've had because titles change hands. So
Mhm.
world titles. I think we do that far too often. The other thing of it is if we don't want to get sick of I'm sick of Cody, but we also know that Cody is going to be taking time off to promote Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And I think there's other people, a la Gunther, that we would want to see CM Punk take on, or the match we'll talk about here in a little bit. So now we've got the LA Knight, yeah, Solo Sikoa and Royce Keys, which I think they should just call them Royce Powerhouse Keys, uh,
Yeah.
on the bloodline comprised of the Usos and Jacob Fatu.
Mhm.
Who do you have head and heart versus this one, Bloodline or the LA Knight team?
Dude, like there's a part of me in my head that really wants Solo Sokoa to screw LA Knight and Roy's powerhouse keys
Yes, sir.
so bad. But I think they're really trying to turn him into a babyface.
So, did you see SmackDown on Friday?
I did not. I can't
So,
watch
there's
SmackDown on my TV.
okay. There's a couple reasons why, and I can get you. Well, fair for you to watch it. You
Yeah.
probably YouTube it. There are two promos, and we'll talk about the other one here in a minute. There are two promos that absolutely go. I can see where they're going and make you like it. So Solo Sikoa, when he came in with the bloodline, he was basically the role that Jacob Fatu kind of is at now. He's the
Yeah.
enforcer. Now, Jacob Fatu has always been a talker, but Solo for a long time didn't talk. And it wasn't until after Roman lost at WrestleMania 40, and then he took a long time off, and Solo takes over the bloodline, and we started hearing Solo do promos. And he's always done okay promos. I would never say the best promo, and the Bloodliners in a whole aren't great promos.
Yeah.
Roman's a really good promo. Jacob
Jay.
is a good promo. Jay's hit and miss, and Jimmy not so much. But
That's on the back to be tags.
Solo did a phenomenal promo to the point. That's why I said find it if you can watch it. He's doing a promo with LA Knight, who's an extremely strong promo, and Royce Keys. His promo was almost rock like. The cadence, the just how smooth it was, the references. Like you could watch LA Knight, and LA Knight was like just short of saying, where the hell did this come from? Like it was so damn impressive. Like LA Knight is, and I don't think it was planned. I think legitimately LA Knight is watching this promo going, like, where did this come from, dude? Like it was a literally, it gave you LA Knight does so many things that are Stone Cold, so I'm not a super LA Knight fan.
Yeah.
Solo, more than anyone, promo wise, looking wrestling wise, this Roman reminds me of The Rock. But promo wise, my goodness, it was totally Solo Sikoa. So it was almost a heel. It was almost like a heel promo, but it was so good you wanted to cheer him, kind of like how The Rock got over. Like he's saying heelish things, but they're cool and they're funny and they're smooth, so that turned him babyface. Solo, that's the first time I go. Solo could maybe be a babyface to the match. I see him screwing whether he joins the bloodline or not. I don't trust Solo. I think he screws over LA or Royce Keys. He does something, whether
Mhm.
that means he joins the bloodline or not, or maybe he just sees the writing on the wall and he leaves the match that leaves Royce and LA on a 2-on-3 disadvantage. So I don't think he's turning babyface, but I also don't think, but I think there's writing on the walls that made us something there.
Sweet.
So okay, so for you, and I didn't let you make your actual pick. So your head pick is
Mm.
Bloodline or the LA Knight team.
My head pick is gonna be the LA Knight team.
Okay.
My heart pick, dude, I gotta go with the bloodline here,
Yep.
man.
Yep. And my head and
I,
heart are the Bloodline as well. Okay.
but dude, I am getting tired of the Usos.
Okay.
I but Jacob Fatu, I want Jacob Fatu in more of a role,
Yep.
and I love the direction that the bloodline is going, where Jacob is like, I don't work for you, I work for for
Roman. Yeah.
Roman. I don't
Yeah.
I don't care about the Usos, and I wanted to see more of that dissension within them, and we haven't got that. But maybe that'll,
Right.
honestly, maybe both Solo and Jacob are gonna break away. I don't know.
That could
Maybe.
be a thing. And
Cool.
don't forget, we still got the Tongas, Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga that are just out here. They've not aligned with anyone. So there is more
Yeah.
Samoans out there. All right. Next up is the women's, and I think I told you both my head and heart pick are the Bloodline. So regarding the women's ladder match for the interim women's championship, I have mixed feelings about this. That we see it in AEW, you've seen it in
Mhm.
mixed martial arts for years. When a champion is unable to defend, but they're on the men from an injury, that you establish an interim champion, and then the interim and the real champion. Wrestler fight again. It started off in MMA with UFC. AEW has done it a multitude of times. Typically in the WWE, if someone is not able to defend their title due to a legit injury, they strip the champion of this.
Yeah.
Rhea has not wrestled since WrestleMania. It's a legit knee injury, but what they're choosing to do, and I think the first time they've ever done this, at least in the last since WrestleMania, so 40 plus years, they are going to have an interim champion. We do not know everyone. This match has will have 5 participants. Right now we know only 3. So here's gonna be my question. I'm gonna give you the field and tell me
Okay.
who you win either out of the 3 women that we know are in the match or someone else. Cause we again there's gonna be 2 participants we don't know. So the 3 women we know are in the match are Tiffany Stratton,
Mhm.
Jade Cargill, and Chelsea Green. Before you say anything, Chelsea Green, you mentioned about CM Punk. Chelsea Green, the Unreal Show makes you respect Chelsea Green so much. Like
Yo,
she to me is a scene
we
stealer.
love Chelsea Green in this podcast.
We do love Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
As you know, who else loves Chelsea Green is
Matt Cardona.
yes, aka Zack Ryder. All right. So
Woo woo woo.
woo. So
Okay.
do you have for your head pick? Are
Yeah.
you taking
Chelsea Green.
Tiffany? You said who you taking?
My head and heart is Chelsea Green.
Okay.
I
All right.
think because man, the way that they haven't really said a lot about her lately until just
Yeah.
recently,
Yep. Yep.
and everybody knows that Chelsea Green is working her freaking ass off.
Yes.
I
When
mean, like
Triple H
her,
points out how hard you're working, that
yeah,
tells you something. Yep.
yep. I think this is Chelsea Green's time.
Yes. So you know what? I think this might be the first time that we agree on all the picks. Well, no, we put wrong. No, you put Seth as your heart pick
Yeah,
for that match. But this will be the first match. Normally we agree more than this, which is going to be fun for next weekend. But this is the only match so far that we agree on everything. I also because then what I would love to see is because she's gonna have to face, assuming Rhea Ripley's, and I don't think they would do this if they thought Rhea wasn't gonna be back
yeah,
fairly. Have her versus Rhea, and somehow by hook or by crook, she beats Rhea, and is the in the is the champion. I think that'd be great. All right.
yeah,
Okay. So now we get Gunther versus Nick Aldis. Again, I know you haven't seen SmackDown. They did a great job of really making sure that fans who were not educated on this know that Nick Aldis is a retired wrestler, a former NWA World Champion. They made sure that they understood that Nick Aldis and he looks great in the suit. Don't let the suit and the cool haircut fool you. Like Nick Aldis can go. Okay. So
yeah,
they did a great job of making sure that you understood that.
yeah.
So Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
So head and heart is going to be Gunther is going to win this.
Okay. All right.
But I do think we're going to get a little bit of shenanigans. I think that we might have a returning retired champion to maybe help Nick out just a little bit. Because, I
Okay.
mean, Gunther has retired several people.
Yes. Yes.
And maybe, just maybe somebody's going to come out and adjust his
With
attitude,
I was gonna say
or
maybe this
maybe a
person's invisible
phenomenal
because we
something's
can't.
going to happen.
It could be an invisible someone that we just can't see. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I was thinking that as well. But my head pick is gonna be Gunter. I don't, and I'm saying my heart pick is Aldis just because I like Nick Aldis. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that Aldis
Yeah.
is winning this match, but I just put in Aldis as my heart pick. And then next up, 2 of my favorites are wrestling. One, I like both the character and how he performs in the ring. I think he's grown a lot. The other one is not his in-ring talent at all, but he is just so darn fun to watch. We got Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Whoever wins
Mhm.
this match gonna get the $100,000 of the Judgment Day money. So, who is your pick? Head and heart. Danhausen, very good, very
Danhausen is
evil, or Dom.
Danhausen is winning this. It means nothing. Like Danhausen
Yeah,
has not lost a singles match yet
no,
on his return, and he's wrestling more now. So,
yes,
and there's going to be shenanigans. The rest of Judgment Day is going to get in there.
yep,
JD McDonnell. I mean,
yep,
like it's going to be fun. It's going to be
right,
great TV.
absolutely,
And it doesn't mean anything. It's a match that
correct.
doesn't doesn't
Correct.
mean anything. It's money that
Yep.
is fake anyway.
Yep.
You know, like yeah,
This should be the match with every night it's on, either night one or night two. This should be the kickoff. My thoughts
yeah,
are they probably have Brock versus Oba kickoff night one, and Danhausen versus Dom kickoff night two. I also agree. I've got Danhausen, very good, very evil, going against him with the human monies on the line. Now, another potential match. We both said that the Penta Chad Gable could be the best match of the night. To me, the only other match that also could be best match of the night, and you would not know this if you missed SmackDown. So on SmackDown, this is the promo I really want to talk about. They did a phenomenal job of this. Is they had so there was an interesting Gunther and Nick Aldis in the ring where Nick Aldis is power bombed through a table by Gunther. They used that to set up this, and this may be the promo of the year. Where so Nick Aldis had to sign away being the general manager until his match with
hmm
Gunther is over. So Adam Pearce is now the GM for both shows. So Gunther power bombs Aldis. They take Aldis to the back. Pierce is walking up to check on his friend, and Sami Zayn is there. Sami Zayn stops Nick Aldis and gives a incredible promo about justice for Sami. He pointed out it's been 20 plus years he's tried to get the world title. He wins the world championship. He defended the title on a show he's not even on. He defended on Raw. Cody just got a match. Then when Cody couldn't wrestle, CM Punk just got a match. Then when he's talking about all the and he's fired up. This was such a good promo. Then when Pierce walks in, he basically goes, "I need." He wears a shirt that says "Justice for Sammy." He tells Adam Pierce, "You need," and then he points out, Cody is challenging. Cody and CM Punk are going to main event one of the nights. The guy that he also lost, the guy that he also beat in a triple threat, Gunther, has a highlighted match versus Nick Aldis. Sammy's going to sit on the bench, and so he made, and these are all great points. That then they set up there was going to be a fatal four-way match, and whoever won the fatal four-way match will wrestle Sammy in a number one contender match for the undisputed title. The winner of that fatal four-way match is Finn Balor. So we're going to get Sammy versus Finn Balor for the
oh,
number one contendership match. Again, quite possibly also another match of the
hmm
night contender. Whoever wins that match, they didn't say when the title match will happen. I'm assuming at a future PLE, like maybe Money in the Bank. But Sammy versus Finn. So
mm.
head and heart, who do you have winning that one? Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor.
I man, my heart is gonna go to Finn Balor because
Okay.
I really think he could do it, but also my head is saying, oh, like really, I think it's gonna be Sammy because it's
Yep.
not a title run.
Yep.
It's just to get that title picture. It's gonna
Yep. Yep.
check all of his boxes so he
Yep.
can still be on the chase.
Yes.
The fans love Sammy.
Yep.
Um, I'm not. I don't like his current character.
You will if you watch that promo. I didn't like it either. That
Uh huh.
promo on Friday Night SmackDown made me love his new character.
Okay,
So if you get a
I'll
chance,
YouTube it.
watch both the Sami Zayn promo and the Solo Sikoa promo, especially Sammy's. Sammy's
Yeah.
was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Okay.
So heart's gonna go to or head's gonna go to Sammy.
All right. I have Finn because I also think to further, and I really honestly, now more than ever, now I actually want Sammy to get another title run, but I think it will make it sweeter if they make it wait. And have to, and so Sammy can get mad because it very much rings like Macho Man Randy Savage during the Mega Powers Explodes storyline. So I personally hope Finn wins, and I think that'll give us Finn versus CM Punk, so they can revisit that. I don't think Finn's, and maybe even Sammy gets involved, but with that, I have Finn winning head and heart over Sammy Zayn, and I think there should be a little shenanigans on why Sammy doesn't win. Next up, the less said about this match, the better because it's there, but I'm not super excited to see it. But we had a match where Brie Bella took on Laney Reed from Fatal Influence. And then what we had with all the shenanigans in that match, we had the return of Nikki Bella. So we're getting the Bella twins and Paige versus the three women as part of Fatal Influence. We've got uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh, Lainey Fallon and JC Jane. Do you have Paige and the Bellas, or do you have Fatal Influence?
Fatal Influence. They're really trying to push them. So
Yep.
Head and Heart's going to go to Fatal
Yep.
Influence.
Fatal Influence also won the women's tag team titles at Saturday Night's main event,
Yep.
and
Paige needs singles.
they have a really good vibe going. They have a really good vibe going.
And they're heels, and they need some more heels.
Yes,
because
they do.
you can't. Chelsea Green cannot really be a heel anymore. People love her
Right.
too much.
Yes.
So
All right.
she's
and then
great. I mean, she's the best one they have.
Yes. And then the last match is Trick Williams, your boy, defending the U.S. title against the returning Baron Corbin. So Corbin came back, beat up Trick and Carmelo Hayes, and the result of this, Trick is going to defend the U.S. title against Baron Corbin. So Head and Heart, you got Trick, and you got Baron.
This one's tough, actually. I think I'm gonna have to go in my head because the way that they waited for Baron Corbin to come back at the last second, kind of feels like they're gonna take the title from Trick.
Gotcha. Okay.
But also, Trick's toilet paper is ready to be wiped up and maybe flushed down the toilet in the mid card.
You just hope it's Baron Corbin, because then they'll change the belt back to the original look instead of the furry belt. It's okay. It's all right.
Maybe a little bit. But I think Trick's gonna be. I think Trick's gonna lose. But my head is gonna say Baron. Heart says Heart is gonna actually go with Trick on this. So because I mean he just got it. He's put in the work through NXT. He's got a great following.
Yes.
So I mean, but the fact they just brought Baron Corbin in, and maybe will we get to see somebody's husband? And will we get to see Mr. Ripley come around?
Potentially, yeah. My thought would be, so I have Trick retaining, but the only thing that may make me think that Trick does not retain is shortly after, and I have to look to see the exact date, but Money in the Bank is coming up. And do they? So we know on the Raw side of things, the up and coming challenger for a world title at some point is Obafemi. And it's not the same level reaction, but the most over new superstar on SmackDown is Trick Williams. So could you imagine if Trick wins? So he loses the U.S. title to get that belt off of him. And then maybe at some point we get Dragunov or Carmelo to challenge Baron, but Trick goes on to Money in the Bank. And by the way, I hope either LA Knight or Trick win Money in the Bank so we get some fresh blood. And
we need it.
LA, and I think I saw the stat. The last 3 Money in the Bank pay-per-views, it had been LA Knight having his hand on the case before the eventual winner cashes in. So if you give a silver medal in that match, it's gone to Trick. Gone to LA Knight. Yeah, but I'm gonna say Head and Heart is Trick. But it would not surprise me if he does lose it to set him up with something bigger like Money in the Bank. All right,
love it.
So with that being said, I think it's time for us to take our break and come back for our highlights. Right?
Yes, right. What lit up your bat signal this week? Let us know in the comments. Whether it's a comic, movie, TV show, game, or something we completely missed, we want to hear what's got your nerd world talking. See you in a minute. All right, welcome back to Bad Signals from the Multiverse. If you're joining us after this week's signal scan, thanks for sticking around. If you're just finding us today, welcome aboard. And if you're watching live, don't worry, you're getting the whole experience. Around here, we celebrate the stories, characters, and fandoms that bring us together. And
And
with
we love to
that,
fill holes, sir. We love to fill some holes.
that's right. Brian S. Dennis, why don't you introduce the Mount Nerd more
Yes, sir.
self?
This week's Mount Nerdmore, since we are approximately halfway, give or take, in the year, we're going to talk about the best moves, in our opinions, of 2026 so far. And if you don't like our list, fight us. All right. So, Brad, I don't know about you, but I've got quite a few moves
Yeah.
on here. You've probably seen more moves than I have, but it'd be interesting to see kind of what we decide. I think we know two of the four already, but I'm curious what will round out the Mountain Nerd more for the best moves of 2026 so far.
Yeah, you know what? I can guarantee you we're thinking the same two movies right away, which is going to be Project Hail Mary and The Odyssey.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if we had to rank order them though, so we've got Project Hail Mary starring Ryan Gosling and The Odyssey starring Matt Damon. If you had to go one versus two, which do you like better, the Project Hail Mary or The Odyssey? Now, obviously got more
Yeah.
recency to it,
Yeah.
but I watched Project Hail Mary several times. I bought it the night that it came open for streaming, so I know that movie pretty much backwards and forwards. But I'm asking you, sir, if you had to pick one or the other, which one would you say is your favorite of the two, between Project Hail Mary and The Odyssey?
Without I don't even need to think about it. Project Hail Mary is my number one movie of the year so far.
Same, same,
It
same.
will. I will be surprised if there's a move. Well, I take that back. Doomsday does come out in 2026. So
Yes,
there's a
as
good
does
chance
Brand
that
New
that might
Day.
take
There's
it
some
over.
few movies there as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget the Fockers movie with Ariana Grande. I feel like that might be a sleeper movie.
Fokker
That
in
just
Law. Yeah.
Yeah, Focker in Law. I'm just like,
Dude, I
that
don't know.
movie might be a little wicked. And
I don't know if I care about that movie at all.
okay,
I am more excited for Super Troopers 3 than I am for Fokker
fair,
in Law.
fair. That's very fair. I will say I really like Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers.
Yeah.
They lost me a bit with Little Fockers. I feel like, and again, you don't ever with a comedy, it's always worse than if you see the best parts of the movie in a trailer. But
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that, and I love the casting
Hmm.
of it. So I would definitely be there opening night to watch
Same.
Focker in Law. But we'll see again if it's one of those sleepers. And there's a few other movies here and there. But as we
Yeah.
go here, so if we're gonna say two of the spots are dedicated to Project Hail Mary and The Odyssey,
Hmm.
what are some other movies you want maybe to fill those remaining two slots, sir?
I mean, so I feel like we've gotten a lot of niche movies this
Yep.
year, and I don't know if you've seen a lot of all of them. Like for me, like my number three movie. Well, my number three movie of the year is Masters of the Universe. I
Really?
know
Okay.
it's getting I know it's getting hit hard on the by the critics. Dude, I loved this movie so bad.
Dropped on
Is
Prime
it?
this week. So if you're not seeing it, you can
Yeah.
watch it on Prime.
Oh,
Absolutely.
dude, I did. I
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, like, does it belong as the one of the best movies so far, according to us? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are all on for Masters of the Universe. I
I
think there might be better ones.
I think it started off fairly strong, and then I think it ended really strong. I
Yeah.
love Jared Leto as Skeletor. I love Brie Larson
Yeah.
as well. I just love Brie Larson, but I
Right.
as well as Evil Lynn. I would say to me
Alison Brie.
Allison Brie, not Brie Larson. Brie
Yeah.
Larson is Captain Marvel. Allison
Yeah.
Brie is Evil Lynn. I will say to me the weakest Idris Elba I think was great as Man at Arms. To me, the weakest casting of the movie, and I thought of that when I saw the trailer, was actually Prince Adam slash He-Man. Not that it was bad,
Yeah.
but it just didn't hit me as well as many of the other characters. I love how they did the villains. I
Hmm.
love how they did the villain, and I love the closing of it when we got an Orko sighting. And
Hmm.
I think there will be a sequel, and I definitely liked it better than I think the 1987 movie with Dolph Lundgren. So I think it did that. For me, though, if I had to pick a third movie so far, I'm actually going Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu.
See, I don't see it. I do not see
Okay.
Star Wars Mandalorian. See, I would rather Michael be in there than Star Wars
Fair,
Mandalorian Grogu. Mandalorian
fair,
Grogu was fine, but it was just a TV show. It didn't give me. I mean, like I loved it. I loved, but the
sure.
same thing with with Masters of the Universe. I don't feel like it's even in my top five.
Okay, all
And I
right,
and now this and I'm a huge now loved the movie. Don't get me
sure,
wrong,
sure.
but like I watched it once and I
Okay,
didn't feel like I needed to see it again. I
okay,
mean,
all right, all right.
but do you think Michael deserves a spot in the best movies of the
Michael,
year?
I think you beat me to. I think Michael would definitely belong on the list. I don't think it's a. If we go Grogu and the Mandalorian Grogu versus Michael, Michael wins. I
Yeah,
think Michael beats most other movies
yeah,
out there. I will say I'm cool giving a spot for Michael. I do want to throw in, and I know we've got 2 spots left.
yeah.
We didn't talk enough about this movie, and I'm really surprised we didn't dive as deep in this movie as I thought we would. Does Disclosure Day belong on this list?
Man, I liked the movie,
I
and
liked it, but I didn't love it.
same,
Yeah.
same.
I loved Odyssey. I love Project Hail Mary, loving some Michael. Disclosure Day, and I think this is, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but for me, the
Yeah.
problem with Disclosure Day, there's some plot elements that were
Hmm.
problematic, but I think, and this is a performance punisher, I think the biggest thing that people, including myself, walked away with some gripes on Disclosure Day is it's a Steven Spielberg movie. And
Yeah.
it wasn't Spielberg-esque. It wasn't E.T., it wasn't Close Encounters, it wasn't Schindler's List, it wasn't Color Purple. It wasn't even, I don't know. So another movie that's little known that he directed was Minority Report. If you put Disclosure Day against Minority Report, which one do you like better?
I like Minority Report.
Report better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair.
but what about like Super Mario Galaxy movie or Mortal Kombat 2?
I think Mortal Kombat. Now, I just rewatched Mortal Kombat yesterday. I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
hit HBO
it
Max.
HBO
Yeah,
Max. Yeah.
I
I
love that
definitely like
movie.
Mortal Kombat 2 better than Mortal Kombat, and I like the
Yeah,
new Mortal Kombat, but I definitely think they got a lot of things right.
yeah,
I
they
think it's going to
killed
be hard.
Cole.
I think it sets up a really high expectation for Street Fighter.
Yeah,
Um,
although I will say I think Street Fighter is going to be a totally different kind of movie than Mortal Kombat, which it needs to be.
yeah, the games were different. The casting
Yeah.
was different. You should do that. Here's one that I want to throw out as well. I didn't like how it ended, but I love the premise, and I thought the third act is where it kind of went off the rails, but I love the first 2 acts of the movie.
Hmm.
Send Help. I
Dude,
really, really, really like Send Help
same.
until the resolution, and I felt like they wanted to give almost like a movie popcorn
Yeah.
kind of happy ending with it, which made me like, it was so good, and I love the premise, but it's hard sometimes to stick the landing on some movies.
Hmm.
While Send Help to me did not stick the landing, it still up until that point was really good, really good.
So I agree with you 100%, but because they didn't stick the landing, do they have a spot in the Mount Nerdmore? I mean, I
So
like there is a
yeah,
movie that came out of the woodwork. There's a couple of them actually
okay,
came out of the woodwork that just surprised everybody. The
yep.
biggest one is Obsession.
I was waiting
It's
to see if Obsession made it made mine. It made
okay. Okay,
mine.
cool.
So
So I would easily give Obsession number 4
okay,
spot.
okay. So let's check our math here. So Project Hail Mary, Odyssey are in. I'm cool putting Obsession in.
Yeah.
Is 4. So then we've got a fourth movie. Are we talking Michael? So Michael, I would take Michael over Mortal Kombat 2. I would take Michael over Send Help. I personally take Michael over Masters of the Universe.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I got one last movie, and I'm pretty
Bring
sure I
it
know
up.
what your response is. But for some reason, I just loved this movie, which was the most recent scary movie. I don't know why. And this is, by the way, this list is our favorite movies, not best movies, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
This
for
is our
some
opinion.
reason, it just hit so well. I've
Hmm.
heard others that they didn't like it. I loved it. I don't know.
Hmm.
It took me back to the first 2.
Yeah.
When it talked to that, I love how many of the weigh-ins. I love how they, parody Sinners, which we both love so much. So do I think it's better than Michael? Very different movies, but I just wanted to throw that out there, just probably more for an honorable mention. But we've got
Sweet.
Project Hail Mary, Odyssey, and Obsession. What about Backrooms?
So Backrooms was going to be the other one that I was going to talk about with about Obsession. Iron Lung would be in there as well. I don't know. Did you see
Okay,
Iron Lung?
I've not seen Iron Lung,
Okay,
so I would speak
all
more on
great
Obsession
movies.
and Backrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Backrooms is great, but okay, so I take that back. Backrooms is great in a different kind of way. Like I
Okay.
watched it and I was just like, yeah, that's good, that's fine, it's good, but
Yeah.
then I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, two
Which is the whole
weeks,
point. The whole point of the
right, two
movie.
weeks
Right.
later, I'm like, dang, okay, yeah. However, I don't think it's better than Obsession.
Okay, so then is Obsession better or worse? Who? Okay, so I think we're down to Obsession and Michael for the last spot.
So
Obsession versus
we can get
Michael.
both. I mean, I'm fine with Project Hail Mary, The Odyssey, Michael, and Obsession.
I think we got our nerd more then.
I mean, I think I Star Wars is close.
Yep.
Masters of the Universe is close.
Yes.
Super Mario Galaxy movie is close.
Really good. Can we
You
be in
know,
agreement that Supergirl is not making the list?
Supergirl is not making the list.
And I felt
I
bad
like
because
the
of
movie.
all the movies
Yeah.
I really wanted, and again, I think Jason Moore did well. When you do these universes, you're gonna have a fumble. Supergirl was that, but I think Supergirl, assuming that she's in other things, but I'm sure she will be, I think they can make. I remember thinking how bad Iron Man 3 was with
Mm-hmm.
how they handled the Mandalorian. Now with what they did between Shang-Chi and the one shot
Yeah.
regarding Trevor, I can go back now and watch Iron Man 3 and really enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is, I think, space to do some fence mending with Supergirl. But as of right now, where it stands at 2026, we're not there yet. All right.
All right,
I think
man.
we got
Let's
our
go ahead and submit
board,
it.
brother.
All right.
All
So
right.
our go ahead. I want you to go ahead and say it.
Okay, so we're gonna put it in stone. Project Hail Mary, The Odyssey, Obsession, and Michael are our favorite movies of the first half of 2026, and that is now in stone.
I love it. All right. It is time for the gauntlet. Here's how it
Do
works.
it.
We put together a list of contenders around tonight's theme. One by one, fate decides the matchups with a spinner. As Optimus Prime once said, one shall stand, one shall
Shall
fall.
fall.
The winner stays in the arena, the loser is eliminated, and we keep battling until only one champion remains.
Yes, sir.
Brian S. Dennis, this gauntlet is for movies from 2026 so far.
Okay. Okay.
All right, man.
All
So
right.
are you ready
I'm ready.
for, let's see, do I got it? 10. Whoops, maybe. Okay, ready?
Let's do it.
All right, tell me when to stop.
And stop.
All right, that is a 0, so that means 10. This is Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
All right, and I'm
And
spinning
stop.
against number 2. So Mortal Kombat 2 versus Toy Story 5.
Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
I made my peace with Toy Story at 3, 4, and 5. This no. So MK2 is gonna be the winner there. All right.
All right, spinning
And stop.
7.
Okay.
This is Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu
Yes, sir.
versus, go ahead and tell me when to stop.
And stop.
Against number 10, Mortal Kombat 2.
Star Wars Mandalorian Grogu.
All right.
I know you're right. It was a continuation of the show, but to me
It's
that
still
doesn't make
good.
it bad. I loved it. I thought it was really
Yeah.
good. I thought it was
Yeah.
really good. And
spin.
stop.
All right. Well, that is a free one. So pick a number. Want to spin again, or you just want to pick a number 1 through 9?
I'll pick a number. Let's go 7.
All right. 7 is Star Wars, The Mandalorian and
Mandalorian
Grogu.
Grogu. Yes.
And that is against. Tell me when to stop.
Oh, stop.
Number one, Supergirl. Star Wars: The Mandalorian Grogu versus.
Do I even
Su-
need to make this pick? Mandalorian and Grogu definitely takes out Supergirl.
All right, okay, and here we go.
And stop.
Number three, which is Project Hail Mary
Okay, and
against
stop.
Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu.
It hurts my heart, but I'll take Rocky over Grogu. So we got to take Project Hail Mary.
All right, and
Stop.
that is a four. The Odyssey
Okay, and we'll do stop again.
against Project Hail Mary. One of the big boys is getting eliminated right now.
Man, I got to go for rewatch. I love both movies so much, but
Yeah.
especially rewatchability. Project Hail Mary to me is much more as much as I love the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary is much more rewatchable, so I'm going to go Project Hail Mary.
All right, the Odyssey is out, and you know what? Like rewatchability for over 3 hour movie is pretty
Yes,
tough.
absolutely.
All right, tell me
All
when.
right, we'll stop.
Two. Oh,
Okay.
that was Toy Story 5, so we'll spin it again. So when to
Okay.
stop.
Stop.
And that is Supergirl. So pick
Also out.
3,
Okay.
5, 6, 8, or 9.
Let's do 3.
3 is Project Hail Mary. Tell me when to
Okay.
stop.
Stop.
Against 6. So Project Hail Mary against Obsession.
Project Hail Mary. Obsession's really good though.
Yeah, that's probably my third best of the year so far.
And stop.
All right, that is a 5. That is a Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
And that is versus
Stop.
7. That would have been Star Wars, but I will let you. We'll spin it again. Tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Against. Okay, well, pick 3, 8, or 9.
Let's go 9.
All right, so this is Masters of the Universe versus the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Ooh. I'm such an Idris Elba fan. And like I said before, Brie Larson or Allison Brie. Let's go. Which is Allison Brie or Brie Larson?
It's Allison Brie, but Brie Larson is in Super Mario Galaxy movie, so there's a.
I'm gonna take Evelyn over the Mario Brothers.
All right, fair enough.
There's too many when little 8-year-old Brian was sitting at home by himself watching Master of the Universe. Evelyn and Lady J got me through my childhood, so I got to go there. All right.
All right. Yeah, it is down to Project Hail Mary, Masters of the Universe, and Michael, which has you've not had any.
You've not even had Michael Poole yet.
That's right. That's right.
Let's do it.
So,
all right, we're spinning.
Yep.
Stop.
And that is a 2, so you could pick. We'll spin it again.
Okay. Stop.
All right, 4. That is. We'll pick 3, 5, or 8.
Let's go 5.
All right, Masters of the Universe versus.
Stop.
Masters of the Universe versus Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
All righty.
That leaves Michael versus Project Hail Mary.
That does leave Michael versus Project Hail Mary.
Michael has made the finals without ever having to wrestle a match. And I'm sorry, Michael, as great as you are, we're going to have to tell you to beat it. And I'm taking Project Hail Mary.
As I think is the right decision for this gauntlet.
Yes.
All right, Brian, it is time for your game for me.
Yes. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to play Rated Nerd. Now, in preparation for Street Fighter, which we know stars Cody Rhodes, and I believe Roman Reigns is also in it. Bradley, I have a couple questions regarding movies and wrestlers.
Okay.
So first up is I have 5 movies starring wrestlers, and I want you to rank order them as far as what do you think they made as far as total box office. And this has nothing to do with their hits or bombs, but just in the box office, how much did they make? Rank them from 1 to 5. 1 being they made the most money, 5 being they made the least. Okay.
Okay.
So here are the 5 in alphabetical order based on the title of the film. First up, We have Blade Trinity, starring Triple H in 2004.
Okay.
We have Highlander in 1986, starring the fabulous Freebirds.
Really?
Yes, in the beginning of Highlander 86, there's actually a wrestling match, and the fabulous Freebirds are one of the teams featured in that.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That is way cool.
We have The Longest Yard, but the 2005 version, which has Stone Cold, Goldberg, and Kevin Nash. We have Major Pain, the Damon Wayans movie that has Bam Bigelow. And then
I love that
lastly,
movie so much.
I do too. And from 1988, our last option is They Live, which has Roddy Piper. So
Oh,
again,
another movie that I love so much.
yes, I tried to pick ones that didn't star a certain person that we'll probably talk about here in a minute. But
Hmm.
we've got Blade Trinity, Highlander 86, Longest Yard 2005, Major Pain, and They Live.
So out
So,
of those,
yes.
oh, so which one grow? Like we're gonna
Which
do
one had the
highest to
biggest?
lowest.
Yeah, which one
Okay.
had the highest box office?
Okay. So my favorite of those is Highlander. I'm a huge Highlander
Okay.
fan, but I'm gonna say that the largest box office of those is The Longest Yard.
Okay. So you've got the longest yard at number one. Okay.
Yep. And then number two, I'm gonna say is Blade Trinity.
Okay.
I'm gonna say three is Major Pain.
Okay.
I'm gonna say four is Highlander, and five is They Live.
Okay. Four is Highlander, and five is They Live. Correct.
Yes.
All right. Four is Highlander, and five is They Live. I'll make sure I had your numbers right.
Yep.
Okay. So Bradley, I gotta give you your flowers, man. You got the first three
Oh.
correct. So
Oh
clocking in
man.
at number one is The Longest Yard, 191.5 million. Blade Trinity, 132 million. Number three, you have Major Pain, 30.1 million. But four and five, which is for me, were also the hardest to predict. And by the way, they were separated by only $600,000.
Wow.
They Live in 1988 made 13.4 million. Highlander made 12.8 million in 1986. They were kissing cousins on box office. But yeah, you had them flip flopped, but a great job, my friend. Great
All
job.
right.
All right. Now we got the second half of this. Who has the largest filmography, meaning they have the most credits, and I'm only focusing on movies, okay?
Okay. Only
Not TV
movies.
show, only
Okay.
movies. So your three choices are based in alphabetical order: Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, and Terry Funk. Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, and Terry Funk. Who do you think has the largest filmography or the most film credits to their name? Hogan,
Okay.
Ventura, or Funk?
All right. I think my number one choice is gonna be Jesse Ventura. Jesse the
Okay,
Body Ventura.
yes, sir.
Number two, I'm gonna say is Hulk, and three is gonna be Funk.
You are ding correct.
Yes.
Jesse Ventura has from 1987 to 2014 had 20 films to his credit. Hulk Hogan from 82 to 2011 had 14 movies, and Terry Funk from 78 to 2005 had 9 movies.
Oh.
Now, for extra credit, we
Okay.
have a bonus question here.
Love it.
Now, the actor with the largest filmography based on movies should not shock you is The Rock, Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson. Can you tell me who has the second largest filmography? And it is no one that we've already mentioned. So the wrestlers we've already mentioned are Triple H, the Freebird, Stone Cold, Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Bam Bigelow, Roddy Piper, Jesse the Body Ventura, Hulk Hogan, and Terry Funk. None of them are in second place for total film credits.
Mm. Oh God, this is I'm gonna say like initially I want to go to the Miz because he did a bunch of those
Yep.
of the
Mrs. Yep. Yep.
what is it the
Did the
Marine
Marine
movies.
movies. Yeah, he did several of
I'm gonna say
those.
John Cena.
It is actually not Cena. Cena finishes third.
Oh, really?
Second, this shocked me, and I double checked multiple sites. The rest with the second largest filmography is Paul White, aka The Big Show.
Really?
He has had dozens of bit parts. Also in here, also in the top 10 is Kevin Nash, because Kevin Nash has been in
Yeah.
several movies where, like, he's been Shredder, he's been lots of people where he wears a mask. You don't even know it's Kevin Nash. But Kevin Nash, previous to becoming really famous as a wrestler, actually did a lot of bit work due to his size, where he wore a mask and you didn't even know it was Kevin Nash. So he has a fairly large filmography. But The Rock has 54 films to his name from '01 to 26. Paul White, aka The Big Show, has 23 movies from '96 to 2004. In fact, 24, excuse me. And both he and The Rock have a few in the hopper that will be released between later this year and in 2027. So yes,
Nice.
Paul White. No one would have gotten that. Again, I
I
had the advantage of the internet. I was shocked.
dang.
Yes, but Cena's
Dude,
number
the
three.
Big
Cena's
Show
coming up.
show that was on Netflix was really good.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for our honest ad, my friend?
I am ready.
So, when I was deciding what to do the honest ad for, I caught a couple historical facts that you will probably find interesting. Did you know today's day is July 26th or 26th? On this day, July 26th of 2013, the Wolverine movie was released. And 11 years later to the day, in 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine was released.
No, man, that's been
So
2 years already.
so with that being said, my subject of my honest ad is gonna be Wolverine. Bones of metal, teeth of steel. This hero knows how to get in your feels when he heals. Born in Canada, the great white north, making angry, and his claws would quickly spring forth. The lover of many and the father of a few, the only thing he likes better than cigars is an ice cold brew. While Thanos and the Hulk have felt his wrath, I just want him to quit leaving hair in the bath. Storm, Mystique, and maybe that Jean Grey chick have all had the honor of riding his big, hairy adamantium. And that is the honest ad for Wolverine.
Oh my god, I love that. That might be one of my favorite honest ads that you have done, my friend. Well done, like a steak pun. All right,
Yes, yes, yes.
it is time for the better than us human of the week, and I will go ahead and go first on this one. You know, I was having a trouble trying to figure out who was going to be. I know the kids are hanging out with grandpa and grandma this week, so could give it to my grandparents. But you know, at the beginning of the episode, I kind of made it clear that there's been one character that's kind of been forefront for me, and that is Remy LeBeau,
Oh,
Gambit,
again.
the
Yes,
Gambit,
yes,
one of my favorite characters.
yes.
Man, he's probably one of the top Marvel characters easily, at
If you
least from
look
the
at
X-Men side.
Yeah, if you look at the backstory, the character, and by the way, and what I love about Gambit as well is he was not pitched to be an A-list star.
Yeah.
He has it's totally fandoms that have driven his street cred. He is a cult figure in so
Yep.
many great ways. Be it the original '97 TV show really drove that popularity, but in the comics, and they got it right when they cast Channing Tatum
Hmm.
as Gambit, which I'm really excited for what we'll see in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Gambit is fantastic. Gambit's fantastic.
One of my favorite characters, man. Like I can't You know, I mean, like I love Wolverine, and eventually I'll get to collecting some Wolverine stuff. But as far as like the people that I want to get, like I was
Sure.
counting up, like his volume one and volume two is only
Okay.
4 issues long, both of
Not
them.
shocking. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
he's got 7 volumes with less than 40 comics with his name in there, and I'm like, you know
Right.
what? I can get all those. I mean,
Absolutely.
granted, that's just Gambit. That's not
Sure.
Gambit and Rogue,
Sure.
Gambit and Bishop, which
Mhm.
I didn't even know if that existed
Yeah.
until I was digging deep. Gambit and Bishop, which I'll be checking that out. But
100%. 100%.
yeah, man,
Which makes
I
sense. Their powers are very complementary, which would
yeah,
make sense. Which would make sense.
and like Gambit is one of those people that you could pretty much. y- y- I don't know if I'd ever want him to be the leader of the group. I mean, because
Sure.
I think he's just better. He's better like Wolverine, kind of off
Right.
on his own, doing his own
Right.
thing,
Right.
right?
Right.
And but you can pair him up with about anybody. You're gonna get
Yes.
some good, and any writer can take him on, and he's gonna get some good stuff, right?
Gives us
Uh,
natural chemistry. And I know it's the writers that write it, but given that we've established how much swagger and charm, and while a hero, he's got a dark backstory,
yeah,
that is right for such cool. He is in my head the anti-Cyclops. Cyclops
yeah.
has no personality. By the way, did you notice in X-Men 97, Polaris calls Cyclops Slim, which I love. I
Hmm.
absolutely love that from the old school comic. I mean, that's just as a nerd moment. Like, they called him Slim. That was his old nickname.
Yeah,
But yeah, Gambit he can do no wrong with any co-star. Similar to Green Arrow, you can put him
yeah.
as part of almost any ensemble, and he's gonna make it better. So
And as a matter of
absolutely
fact, speaking of Green Arrow, so the current Detective Comics right now is the bird, the bat, and the arrow. So it's Black
nice.
Canary, Green Arrow,
Yep.
and
Yep.
Batman, which is
Yes.
a fantastic team. I'm sure it's not going to last forever, but um,
And if I'm Harley
issue.
Quinn, you're not bringing Bruce Wayne around my girl. Not having
You
that. I'm
mean
not
Bat
having
Quinn?
it. Yeah, back there it is.
Bat
There it
Quinn?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, there's my better than us character of the week for
And
me.
my yep. And my Better Nuts Human of the Week, just because it's her birthday, I'm gonna give my Better Human of the Week to the one, the only, the Oscar award winning actress, one Miss Sandra Bullock. But Bradley, last pop quiz before we close up. Do you know how old Sandra Bullock is?
Yeah, she's like 62, 63.
You are off a little high. She's 58.
Oh, I knew she was like, if
Yeah.
not 60, I thought she was 60.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, she looks great. I
She
am
does.
very excited for Practical Magic, which, okay, this
Yep.
brings me up to something. So I went to go see Hades Town with the wife last night or
Okay.
yesterday,
Yep.
and they had a trailer for Practical Magic
Yes.
2.
Yes.
My wife has not seen Practical Magic 1.
I was a
This will
late
be
comer.
remedied.
I was a late comer to Practical Magic one myself. It's actually a much deeper, darker movie than I gave credit for.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for Practical Magic two as well. And I don't know. Again, if I'm fast casting it, I really want Nicole Kidman to do some type of weird magic casting on Tom Cruise, like just person,
Yeah.
like or Keith Urban, one of the two. But
You know,
I want to see a
it
little
might be
bit
a
of
sweet thing.
there you go, sir. But yes, all right, partner. Let's put a pin in this show. I think we're done.
All right, man. So, Brian, why don't we give your words of wisdom, my friend?
As always, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those of you out in the nerd verse, for joining us. What is the best part of our week, and we hope it's a great part of yours. As you go out in there, please remember these words of wisdom for your pals, Brian and Brad. First off, no retreat, no surrender, and remember, Goonies never say die.
Tonight's words of wisdoms come from the movie Masters of the Universe. It doesn't matter who you are. What matters is what you do. So do something right. So keep your eyes peeled for TikToks and shorts dropping all week and watch for your chance to jump into the chaos live. Don't forget to follow, like, drop a comment, share, and leave a 5-star review to help keep the signal shining.
Yes,
And if
sir.
you haven't yet, subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to share all the good stuff. Before we go, if you got a little superhero at home, or if you just need a little bit of ocular perspiration, don't forget to check out my children's book, When My Nine Lives Are Gone. It's available now on the Amazon machine. No matter what universe you call home, thanks for spending a little time in ours. Until next time, keep your bat signal lit. Bye bye.
Bye bye, folks.